Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. Amma ba'd. As promised yesterday, I was thinking of cancelling the test because I made a promise. I don't want to go against my word, so I thought I have to go through with it. Yeah, because I don't want to disappoint all of you. So that's fine. Gee. So, what is a phrase? Who can explain to me what a phrase is?
A phrase is it's like a short sentence.
A short sentence,
It's
okay.
mean more than one word.
So that's a key word. It's made of more than one word. They join together.
And they become a part. The phrase adds up to become one of the main parts of a sentence.
That's the thing. So main thing is, it's more than one word. They link together to form a main part of a sentence.
Could you say it's two nouns? Or that would be wrong?
You could, but I mean, just leave it because what will happen later on, you might need it to be more open. So the key word is two or more words. They join together in a particular structure. What's that structure? We'll discuss that later. Demonstrative, possessive, descriptive, etc. So two or more words, they join together and they take their place in a sentence. That's a key. Okay. The next question is, how many phrases are there and what are their names? G. How many do you know? Let's start, we'll help you out.
Can you help me with one? And then that'll get me going, hopefully.
Now, if I have to help you with one, that means you're not aware of the concept.
There are five that we know.
There are five phrases.
5 phrases. The first is a demonstrative phrase.
Demonstrative phrase.
Ismul Ishara Musharun Ilay.
Okay.
Next one is a descriptive phrase.
Descriptive phrase.
Mawsuf Sifa.
Mawsuf sifa.
The next one is the possessive phrase.
Possessive phrase.
Which is Mudaf Ilay.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is the conjunctive
Conjunction phrase.
which is Atfun or
Ma'tufun alay.
Ma'tufun Alay and Ma'tuf.
Ma'tuf.
And the last one is adverbial phrase.
Adverbial phrase.
Which is split into two.
Which can be comes in two forms, which is
First one is jar or majroor,
jar and majroor.
and the other one is mudaf ilayh.
Brilliant. So there are 5 types of phrases, and they are descriptive phrase called mawsuf sifa, demonstrative phrase called ismul ishara musharun ilay, possessive phrase called mudaf ilay, the conjunction phrase called ma'tuf alay ma'tuf, and the adverbial phrase is called the zarf. Yeah? Okay. Next question. What is the i'rab of the parts of the phrases?
I'rab of the parts of the phrases.
Yeah, so you have a phrase. For example, in the previous we had mudaf ilay, mawsuf sifa, ism ishara musharun ilay. How do you answer this question? What i'rab does it carry?
Of which phrase? So give me a phrase.
All of them. I'm asking a general question. If this come in an exam, what would you say?
That I have a
So, oh Ustaz, have mercy upon me, Allah have mercy upon you. That's the answer. The first part of a phrase does not have a particular i'rab.
Depends on the thing before it.
Exactly. The first part of a phrase does not have an i'rab. The i'rab depends on what?
The position of the phrase.
The position. So, for example, if the phrase becomes mubtada, khabar, fa'il, ili marfu. If the phrase is becoming a maf'ul, become mansoob, becoming a zarf, become mansoob. So, for example, the first part of a phrase can be marfu', mansoob, or majroor. However, because the ism al-ishara is mabni, it will have an i'rab of mahal. So, the first part doesn't have an i'rab. It depends on what? Where it comes in the sentence. So, it's marfu', mansoob, or majroor, depending on what the phrase is.
Yes.
Okay? Okay, but ism al-ishara wouldn't be marfu', it will be what? في محل الرفع, في محل النصب, or في محل الجر. Okay? Okay? Does that answer the question? Yeah? So the phrase does not have a particular i'rab. So it can be the phrase does not have a particular i'rab. It depends on what where it comes in the sentence. Okay? It doesn't have a particular i'rab. Does that make sense? Yeah? So that's regarding the first part. So the mawsuf, the ism al-ishara, the mudaf, and the ma'tuf alay. They don't have what? Any i'rab. Okay? So if you go back, the mawsuf, ism al-ishara, mudaf, ma'tuf alay, they don't have any i'rab. Well, they have an i'rab, but it's not fixed. These can always be marfu, mansoob, majroor. It doesn't have any fixed position. Yeah? So the first part of any phrase, it depends on where it comes in the sentence. Apart from this last one, because the last one is different. The second part of the phrase follows the i'rab of the first part of the phrase, with the exception of two, which are always majroor. Okay? If you go back again here, So we said the first one, mawsuf, ism al-ishara, mudaf, ma'atuf alayh. They don't have any fixed i'rab. It depends on what?
Where it's in the sentence.
Where it is in a sentence. But the second one, here, 1, 2, 3. Okay? The sifa, the musharu ilayh, and the ma'atuf. They follow the i'rab of the first one.
Yeah.
So if there's a marfu', that will also be marfu'. Mansub, also be mansub. There's a majroor, that will also be majroor. They will always match. Okay? That's what we're saying here. The second part of the phrase, the sifa, musharu ilay, or the ma'atuf, they will always match the i'rab of the first, except in two positions. The mudaf ilay and the jar majroor. So the mudaf ilay is always majroor, and the majroor is always going to be majroor as well. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So a summary, what's the i'rab of a phrase? The phrase does not have any i'rab. It depends on where it comes in a sentence. That's the first part of the phrase. The second part of the phrase matches the first part, except the mudaf ilay and the majroor, which are always majroor. They will always be in a state of majroor. And the others depend on where it comes in a sentence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Next question. What number and gender should the second part of the phrase be? Who wants to give that one an answer? The second part of the phrase, meaning the sifa, musharu ilay, ma'atuf, and the mudaf ilay. What is this rule regarding number and gender? Let's go, bismillah.
I was going to say, does it match the first part of the phrase?
That's the question. Does it match?
Yeah, I think it does.
In all of them?
No, in all of them.
Which one does it match? So, in the descriptive and demonstrative phrase, the second part of the phrase matches for all four characteristics. Okay? So in this, the descriptive and demonstrative, these two, they match in everything. I'rab plus what? Number and gender. In these two, there's nothing to match. The number and gender are always independent. The mudaf ilay's number and gender is independent, and the ma'atuf alay's number and gender is independent.
Yeah.
That make sense? Okay. Next one, in the conjunction phrase. In the conjunction phrase, meaning it's ma'atuf alay, ma'atuf. And the possessive phrase, meaning it's mudaf ilay. The second part does not have to match the first part in number or gender. Or even ma'rifah and nakira. That making sense? Okay. Yeah? Next. What is the differentiating factor between the mubtada, khabar and mawsuf sifa?
The mubtada khabar is translated as mubtada is khabar,
Mm.
and mawsuf sifa is a phrase, so it will be translated. It won't be translated mawsuf is sifa. It will be translated as the clever man.
Yeah, okay. But that's in translation. What about identifying it, recognizing it? How do you know in the first place whether it's mubtada khabar or mawsuf sifa? The i'rab,
Mubtada khabar doesn't have to match. Mawsuf sifa matches in ding.
but mubtada khabar match in what?
Everything except it matches in number and gender.
An i'rab.
And
Remember, mawsuf sifa match in ding, and mubtada khabar match in ing. That's a differentiating factor. The mawsuf sifa match in ding, and the mubtada khabar matches in ing. Okay. So, the mawsuf sifa agree in all four characteristics, ding, while mubtada khabar only agree in ing. Next question. What is the difference between the mawsuf sifa and ism al-ishara musharun ilay? What is the main difference between the two of them?
Mabni and Mu'rab.
That's one thing. Now the ism al-ishara is mabni. Another aspect.
the ism al-ishara mushar ilayh has hadha.
Yeah, that's the main thing. The mawsuf can be any word. Any single word can be a mawsuf. Ism al-ishara is a fixed particular set of words. The first part of the mawsuf sifa structure can be any noun. Any noun can be mawsuf. Whilst the first part of the ism al-ishara musharun ilayh, meaning the ism al-ishara has to be one of the 12. Hadha, hadani, ha'ulai, until the end. That's the main differentiating factor between those. How is the adverbial phrase different to other phrases? Go ahead, explain this one. How is the adverbial phrase different to other phrases?
The adverbial phrase is different in the aspect of it can come in two different forms.
That's one thing. That it has two different forms. The adverbial can be mudaf, mudaf ilayh, or jar, majroor, and everything else has come in one form. I wasn't thinking about that, but that's also one point. Another aspect
is either time or place.
I would say where it can come.
Where can it come? It usually comes at the
Not usually. It has to.
Which-
It's limited.
at the end of the sentence.
Not end of sentence. That's not exactly the right wording.
Did it come at the khabar? Or did it come at the khabar and the...
Yes. That the zarf phrase, the adverbial phrase, the zarf phrase can only be a khabar or it can only be a zarf in a jumla fi'liyah. And all the other phrases can come anywhere except the fa'il, because fa'il is not a noun. Any part of the sentence you can have a phrase. An adverbial phrase can only come where? As a khabar or as a zarf in jumla fi'liyah. Next question. How is the possessive phrase translated?
Possessive phrase.
Yes.
Translated. So the possessive phrase is the
Mudaf.
mudaf ilayh.
How do you translate it?
You translate it as the mudaf ilayh first, isn't it? And then the mudaf after.
In two ways. The mudaf of the mudaf ilayh, or the second way?
The mudaf, mudaf.
No.
The mudaf.
Ilayhis.
The mudaf ilayhi's mudaf.
Yeah.
So if you want mudaf, so the mudaf of the mudaf ilayh, that's the original order, mudaf then mudaf ilayh. Or you switch the order around, but mudaf ilayh first, apostrophe s, the mudaf ilayhi's mudaf. How can the phrase be recognized? How do you differentiate between all of these phrases? What tips would you give? How would you know if it's demonstrative or possessive or descriptive?
I'll start with the
Demonstrative is simple. If it has ism al-ishara, it has to be
demonstrative.
demonstrative. Then, a conjunction will always have what in the middle? Wow. What leaves us with now? Two more. Mawsuf sifa and mudaf ilayh.
So they're identical.
Mawsuf sifa is always descriptive phrase. Mawsuf sifa they always match in ding. And in mudaf ilayh, the possessive phrase, the first word meaning the mudaf, has neither alif lam nor
Tanween.
tanween. Make sense? And the first word of adverbial can only be one of the 16 words I gave you. Okay, so this is the thing. If the first word is ism ishara, straight away you know it's what?
Demonstrative.
It's demonstrative. If you have one of those 16 words I gave you, fi, min, ila, ala, or fawqa, tahta, khalfa, straight away you know it's an adverbial phrase. While in between, you know it's going to be what? Conjunction. They match in ding,
Sifa.
mawsuf sifa. First word doesn't have alif lam and tanween, and the second word has alif lam, mudaf ilayh. Yeah? What is mu'rab and what's mabni? What's mu'rab and what's mabni? Anyone going to help him?
So, one of is whether it's a fixed state or not.
No, the state. No, the state is never fixed. The way the state is expressed, that's the thing.
The way one is when most words is they have the tanween. They can show it.
They show it. What's that called?
Mu'rab.
Mu'rab. Mu'rab are those words which change to show the marfu, mansub, and majroor state.
And the mabani, they don't show it. It's just how it's which part of the sentence.
Which slot it comes in. It's imagined.
And it will be called fi mahallil.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So mu'rab is a word whose last haraka at the end. Rajulun, rajulin, rajulan. It changes. And mabani is that word that does not change. Okay? Go ahead. What's the question?
I was just going to say, what is the actual purpose of differentiating the two? What would that do?
So you know whether to change it or not. For example, if you say example, al-waladu
Yeah.
qa'imun. The boy is standing.
Yeah.
So because al-waladu is mubtada, what state does it have to be in? What state is mubtada?
State is mubtada.
Marfu. So you can't say al-walada, you can't say al-waladi. What do you have to say? Al-waladu. Now if you want to say this guy is sitting, you say hadha jalisun. Now you weren't trying to say hadhu. You want to say, oh, it's marfu, so say hadhu.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Because you know this is a mabni word.
Yeah.
So by knowing what's mabni, you know which words will remain in one state continuously, or you know which words will change. Okay? What is the difference between marfu and fi mahalli raf? You want to give it a shot?
So, fi mahal ar-raf is, in reality, it's in that state, but it doesn't express
Yeah.
it.
So mahalli raf is using mabni words. Mabni words or adverbial phrases. So if an adverbial is in a mansub position, you say fi mahalli nasb. If an adverbial is becoming a khabar, you say fi mahalli raf. So for mabni words or for words or phrases, you say fi mahal. And for words on their own, you say marfu, mansub or Majroor. So marfu means that the word is in the state of rafa and the word has actually changed to reflect that effect. And fi mahalli raf means that it doesn't change, but it's in a marfu slot and is imagined and understood to be in that marfu position. So marfu fi mahalli raf, mansub fi mahalli nasb, and majroor fi mahalli jar, all the same thing. Yeah. Next question. Which slots are marfu? Your turn. So which slots are marfu?
The mubtada,
Mubtada,
khabar, maf'ul.
mubtada, maf'ul. Is maf'ul marfu?
Oh, say fa'il. The
Fa'il.
fa'il.
So these three, mubtada, khabar and fa'il, these are what? Marfu. Which slots are mansub? Your turn.
Mansub is the kasra, right?
No.
Oh,
Fatha.
Fatha. So that would be it would be the maf'ul
Maf'ul and the
dharf.
zarf. So the maf'ul and the zarf. These two have what? Mansub slots. Mansub, maf'ul and zarf. Which slots are majroor? Huh?
None of them.
So what do you say was the answer?
There's no actual slot.
Yeah, no slots are majroor.
It's the phrase which is majroor.
Yeah, very done. Very well done. Within the majroor, you have majroor. Within the phrases, you have majroor slots, majroor positions. So initially, in a normal sentence, you don't get majroor. You only get majroor where? Where do you get majroor? Within phrases. So no slots in sentence are majroor because slots are what? Fa'il, fa'il, maf'ul, zarf, jar, mubtada, khabar.
Yeah.
And those are all either going to be marfu or mansub. Right. So the majroor comes in phrases as a mudhaf ilay, as a majroor, as spelled as majroor. Okay? Right. Which word must always be ma'rifah? Come on. Don't all shout at the same time.
Mudaf ilayhi.
Is it the khabar?
No. You're close, but not the khabar.
Mubtada.
Mubtada. The mubtada must always be ma'rifah. Okay? The mubtada must always be ma'rifah. Which word must always have alif lam? Which word must always have alif lam? What word must have alif lam? Musharun ilay. Remember? If the word after hadha has alif lam, it will be musharun ilay. If there's no alif lam, then it won't musharun ilay. So that means that the musharun ilay can only come with alif lam. If there's no alif lam, then we say what? This is not musharun ilay, it's going to be the khabar or something else. Okay, so musharun ilay must always have alif lam. Okay? Next one. Which word does not have alif lam or tanween? No alif lam or tanween? Mudhaf. The mudhaf does not have alif lam or tanween. And that's how you can recognize the mudhaf because it doesn't have any of those. You got it?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
Good revision?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can you remind us what mushar ilayhi is again?
The word after hadha. Hadha al-walad, this boy. Dhaka al-rajul, that man. Okay? Any questions? Yeah, so we finished section 3. So we've done, what have we done so far? We've done a sentence. We've learned the slots of sentences. And then we broke those sentences down. Not the sentences, but we broke those slots down into phrases. Inshallah, from tomorrow, we'll be discussing the pronouns. Okay? Pronouns. Inshallah. Okay? Subhanallah bihamdi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.